Do you think the economy worsens? I'm just wondering in terms of the timing of getting into cyclicals, how early do you want to be when early often in the investing world means wrong?
Well, really, your timing should be centered around the Fed. And gaming the Fed is kind of a silly word around that. But we're trying to figure out what are the metrics that the Fed's going to be looking at in the next 3 months that's going to tell you when the rate cycle is going to come to an end.
Mm-hmm. And what would, I would assume that one would be unemployment, and there's growing thinking that we're going to have to see that unemployment rate up to 5% before we can even entertain the idea of a Fed pivot, which would be, I would imagine, a signal to you to start getting into cyclicals. Is that what you're waiting for?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're looking for, is those kind of data points on the labor market, but also on some of the key inflation metrics. And you look at the Zillow data on rents and housing, it's already starting to come down. We see this level of rates as being restrictive enough already, but we just have to wait for the Fed to realize that it's being restrictive enough and see it in its data.
So let's talk about some of your picks, Christian, because they're interesting to me. Nucor, you want to get into Nucor now after all that we said that things are going to get worse before they get better. You want to be in Nucor, especially when it's not just the United States picture, even though it's a United States producer. It's also what's going on in China.
That's right. And yeah, you're not going to be able to time when China's going to reopen exactly. But take a look at the estimates on Nucor. The consensus is already looking at more than a 50% decline in earnings next year. I think that's probably enough. But even if it isn't, it's trading at less than 10 times that number. And if it goes to 15 times, that's still an acceptable price level for a stock like this.
Interpublic, an advertising name. We've heard so much about companies scaling back when it comes to hiring, when it comes to expenses, when it comes to advertising specifically. And yet you like this one. Why?
Well, this one out of the group has a little bit more of the healthcare exposure, which is less cyclical. But I think the numbers are already starting to reflect that advertising slowdown that you mentioned. And this is a company that's probably going to be in actions within their business early on in the process. So when advertising does come back, the advertising supporters like Interpublic are going to get the activity first.
Your last pick is also an interesting one, Acuity Brands. But I want to go back to the thinking of what is priced in, because I think that is the key for investors right now. What is, in fact, priced in? And specifically for Nucor, you said we're expecting, or what was it, that earnings growth would be down 50%, earnings would be down 50% for next year. That implies that original level was correct. If analysts were too bullish to begin with, then being down 50% doesn't really mean much to me, Christian. So I'm wondering how you sort of sort those things out. Because, for instance, like when you take a stock and you say a stock is down 90%, maybe it should have never been at that level to begin with. So being down 90% is neither here nor there when you're actually deciding whether to put money into it.
Actually, the estimates haven't been cut. The actual level of earnings for 2023 are likely going to be down more than 50% from the 2022 levels. Yes, 2022 earnings were inflated by some shortages in the industry and, of course, some rapid recovery from COVID. But 2023 is going to be a more normal year. Mm-hmm. And if you can build from there into 2024 having some growth, I think this is a great time to own the stock.
All right. Thanks for walking us through that. Christian, good to see you. Christian Ledoux with CAPTRUST.
I see you, Melissa.